Like the founders of several other big tech companies, the creators of YouTube met while working at PayPal, back when Elon Musk was still calling the shots. In October 2002, when eBay acquired PayPal for $1.5 billion, Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, and Jawed Karim became instant millionaires. This was especially important for the latter two, because they had both dropped out of college just before graduating. Chad Hurley was a designer, so he quit PayPal to work on a few other projects like designing bags and working on a feature film. Jawed Karim actually finished his degree online, while Steve Chen stuck around at PayPal for a few more years. The three remained friends, however, and met up frequently to discuss ideas for their own company. The actual spark that inspired YouTube is a different story depending on which founder you talk to. It was either because they couldn't send large videos, or because they couldn't find footage of Janet Jackson's famous wardrobe malfunction. Their first idea for the platform, though, was actually a bit different. Like Mark Zuckerberg, they were big fans of a website called hotornot.com, where you could rate people's appearance. They imagined a site where members would put up a kind of dating profile video, talking about who they were and the kind of person they were looking for. But pretty soon they dropped the idea in favor of a more universal platform. The domain youtube.com was activated on the 14th of February 2005, and just 2 months later, Jawed Karim uploaded the first ever YouTube video, him and the zoo. By May 2005, the YouTube website was up and running, and appropriately featured videos of Chen's cat. Suffice to say, YouTube was a success from the very beginning. Much like PayPal, its beauty was in its simplicity. In contrast with competing services, one of which was Google's, uploading a YouTube video was free, and you could upload as many as you wanted as long as they weren't too big. But with no way to profit from their service, YouTube was burning money fast. Luckily, the PayPal mafia was here to help, with former CFO Roelof Botha investing $3.5 million in seed funding around September 2005. This investment was vital, as the site needed time to grow and to establish itself before monetizing. By November 2005, YouTube was hands down the biggest video platform, serving 2 million videos per day. Server costs were becoming so massive that YouTube ran out of money less than 6 months later, causing Sequoia Capital to inject another $8 million. At the time, YouTube's biggest problem was licensing, but movie studios and record labels quickly saw the benefit of short clips being shared among users, as the first viral videos began to appear. By October 2006, it was clear that YouTube was the winner in the video platform race, but Google wasn't ready to give up just yet. Instead, they put down 3% of the entire company's value on the table, which persuaded Hurley, Chen, and Karim to sell YouTube. Outsiders thought that Google had paid way too much, as they had spent over $1.5 billion for a website that hadn't made a single dime. By utilizing Google's vast server farms, YouTube could also reduce their hosting costs, which were already approaching $2 million per day. But the ultimate benefit was the integration between YouTube's video platform and Google's advertising arm, AdSense. One of the reasons behind Google's success as an advertising platform was its access to immense amounts of information, which YouTube could provide in spades. Of course, the ultimate goal for YouTube is to replace television. And to do that, YouTube needed to be more than just an archive of TV clips and cat videos. It was in their interests to promote original content, and to that end, in 2011, they partnered with numerous celebrities and production companies to create unique, high-quality content. In October 2015, it was incorporated into YouTube Red, which removed ads across the whole platform and gave access to exclusive content. The adoption rate for YouTube Red, however, isn't particularly spectacular. YouTube were of course fine with that, since it meant bringing back advertisers at the expense of a few channels losing their revenues. Unsurprisingly, that's exactly what happened. Many YouTubers got their livelihoods destroyed, while the YouTube advertising platform returned to record profitability. In fact, YouTube's exclusive ad platform for high-spending advertisers is already sitting at a record number of participants, way more than even before the adpocalypse. What this fiasco really showed, however, is that YouTube is beholden to advertisers. Ultimately, it's the big brands that are the customers, while both content creators and viewers are merely users of the platform whose priorities are of lesser importance.